Howdy, folks. Welcome to Kelvin Vollrath's Fiddle Jubilee. My name is Walter Brennan, and I'm really delighted to be here with you today. Now sit back and enjoy some great music by Canada's fiddling sensation, Kelvin Vollrath, and his special guests as they gather virtually to entertain you. Now put your hands together and welcome Mr. Kelvin Vollrath. Take it away, Kelvin.
Welcome to episode number 9. We're just getting over Christmas time and New Year's. I hope your Christmas was festive and all kinds of fun, lots of family and friends, and maybe a little bit of music involved with it. And now we're here for the Fiddle Jubilee, first one of 2023. Got a couple of wonderful guests joining me today from different parts of our country here in Canada. But first, let me tell you about that opening tune. It's a tune I wrote back, I believe the year was 1997, at one of my composer workshops at the Emma Lake Fiddle Camp. I called the tune The Running Shoe Jig. Now, I can't remember if I had new running shoes or if somebody had new running shoes or what the reason was, but this was kind of written on the spot in a composer's workshop, and I've really enjoyed this tune over the years. I've played it lots and taught it at lots of fiddle camps, and haven't heard it in a while now, so I thought, well, here's a good chance to play that tune again. A good one for you to learn if you're a fiddle player out there. Time to introduce my first guest. This young fella, I met him, I'm going to say 10 years ago or something. I think it was in Vancouver. I was doing a show. I was playing fiddle. Mark Sullivan was on guitar. And this young gentleman was in the crowd. His name is Michael Burnyeat. He started coming to my fiddle camp here in St. Edward, Camp Calvin. He was in my class every year, I believe. And just a sponge. He would pick things up so quickly. He's developed into being a wonderful, wonderful fiddle player. He made the top 10 at the Canadian Grand Masters this year. He played so good, so proud of all his accomplishments. And I asked him for some tunes that we could play. He picked this waltz. This is a waltz I wrote a number of years ago. Kind of a little bit on the maybe a bluegrassy kind of side. It's called A Waltz in a Blue Moon. Everybody put your hands together for Michael Burnyeat. Hey, Waltz in the Blue Moon, Michael. Hey, Michael, thank you so much. That was so good. I'm a big fan of your playing and so proud of all your accomplishments you've done since our last fiddle camp together. And just a treat to have you on the show. Time for guest number 2. This gentleman comes from Trois-Rivières, French, my French, mais je ne sais pas. 3 Rivers in English, Trois-Rivières in Quebec. His name is Gaston Nolet, and he's a button accordion player. And I am a huge, huge fan of the button accordion, especially Gaston. He's so good. I've heard him play on plenty of videos and had the chance to see him play live a few times. And he's recorded with me a few times over the years. And this first tune that we're going to play is a tune that I composed for, he was the Canadian Grand Masters Fiddling Association president for a few years. His name is Ron Bourque. another French-Canadian fella, and I wrote him a tune called the Ron Burke Reel, and Gaston played on this on the recording. Everybody put your hands together for one of my favorites. This is Gaston Nolet. Mais oui, Gaston. Oh, so good. C'est bon, c'est bon, c'est bon. Absolutely love that. Oh, I'm such a fan. I wish you lived closer to old Cal. We'd be playing a whole lot more often. Thank you once again. You know what? A few years back, 10 years ago, I think, maybe even more than that, a lady from Saskatchewan by the name of Kathy Spruill talked to me about, do you think they would ever start moving the Canadian Grandmasters Fiddling Championship across the country? It was held in Ottawa since the beginning of time. I think 1991, 1990 was the first one. And I was on the board of directors at the time, and well, I said, we should fight for that, Kathy. Let's see if we can do that. And well, Kathy put a package together from Saskatchewan and presented it to the board, and it was passed. And Kathy's a mover and a shaker. When she wants something done, she gets something done. She became the president of the Canadian Grandmasters Fiddling Association for a few years. And when she puts her heart into something, she does a great job. And I wrote her a beautiful waltz, I think, for a beautiful lady. And I called it Kathy's Dedication. This is for you, Kathy. Well, I hope you enjoyed Kathy's dedication as much as I enjoyed playing it. I love that waltz, and thank you, Kathy, for all your dedication in what you do. Much appreciated. The fiddlers in Canada are thrilled with what you've done for us.
Hello everyone, I'm Michael Burnyeat from Vancouver, BC. And I first met Calvin in 2009 at the Gavin Lake Fiddle Camp. And I was in his class there for a couple summers. And then I was in his class at Camp Calvin for 6 summers. And since then, he's always been a big inspiration and a big influence on my playing, and a great fiddle mentor to myself, as he is to many others. A great thing about being in Calvin's class was how he always made everyone step up to the plate, whether that was learning a hard tune with lots of double stops or in a weird key, or improvising a solo over a chord progression to be played in front of everyone at the student concert. I was usually one of the quieter ones in the class, but I was never overlooked, and he always believed in me and my abilities, as he believed in everyone in the group to be the best rounded musician that they could. And that meant a lot. And even now, doing this video, public speaking is not something that comes naturally to me. I don't really feel comfortable doing things like this, but Calvin said you need to do a talking video. Once again, making me step up to the plate. So thank you, Calvin, and thank you for having me on your Jubilee series.
Time to, today's show kind of seems to be taking on a little bit of a Canadian Grand Masters theme, which was not planned in the beginning, but as I look back at these tunes, because the next tune, again, is for somebody from the Canadian Grand Masters Fiddling Association. Her name is Marg Cote. Marg worked as one of the board directors on the board for many years, and she did so much for the fiddle contest and the fiddle camp in Ottawa with the Grand Masters Association. I wanted to write her a tune to thank her for everything she did for the Fiddlers Association, and so I composed this tune for her, and it's a tune that Michael Burnyeat has asked that we could play together. So put your hands together for Michael Burnyeat as we play Marg Cote's Reel. To you, Marg. Michael. So good once again. And I'm sure we brought a smile to Marg's face with that one. Marg, hope you enjoyed it. You know, the last bunch of episodes, I've been pulling out old videos from the past. And here's a real special one. I believe the year was 1986. I was playing on the TV show on the CTV network in Edmonton called Sun Country, which was hosted by Ian Tyson. And it was a great time in my life to be playing some country music. But there was still some fiddlers around. And one of our big heroes in Canada back in those days, his name Al Cherney, who was originally from Medicine Hat, Alberta. And everybody knows Al from all those years playing on the Tommy Hunter show. Al and I became good friends. I remember I was probably, I think I was 14 years old, maybe 15 years old. I met Al. He was emceeing a fiddle contest in Red Deer, Alberta. The Western Canadian Open, it was called. I was just a junior, and I was so thrilled to meet Al there. And I'd meet him at another fiddle contest. He'd be entertaining somewhere, and I'd go up and get my picture taken. And he goes, "Hey, don't I know you from somewhere?" Well, he did that to me for, I'll bet you, till I was 20, 21 years old maybe. Finally, one day I said, "Al, you know exactly who I am." And he laughed. He said, "I got you." And whenever he'd come to town, he'd phone me up and we'd go for lunch. He'd always say, "Are you saving your money?" Good lesson. You better be saving your money. The music business can be a little off-center sometimes. Anyways, I've got a video of Al and I playing together on the Sun Country TV show, and we're playing a tune that was written by another fellow Albertan, Mr. Roy Warhurst. He wrote some great tunes. Here's Al and I playing the Blackfoot Jam. You enjoyed that old clip of Al Cherney and I playing many years ago. You know, I was so fortunate. We were good friends, and I was with Al just a week before he passed away. He was out here in Alberta, a month or so before he was playing, and I'd gone out to see him. And then I was on tour with George Fox. We were playing with Dolly Parton in Toronto, and I had heard Al was in the hospital. So I went, "Oh, geez, I just seen him last month out in Alberta." And so I found out what hospital he was in, and I hopped on the GO train, and I went down to go see Al, and we had a great visit. And he said he'd be getting out of the hospital real soon, and he expected he'd be getting out and still alive, but he didn't get out alive. Cancer got him, and it was special friendship, and I hope you enjoyed my little memory with Al.
Bonjour, mon nom est Gaston Nolet, accordéoniste de Trois-Rivières au Québec. Merci beaucoup, Calvin, pour la belle invitation de performer sur le Fiddle Jubilee. Ma première rencontre avec Calvin, c'était dans les années 2000, 99-2000, à Sorel, une grosse activité organisée par M. Marcel Harpin. Et puis, on était plusieurs à cet endroit qui avait découvert M. Calvin Vollrath. Wow! Quel joueur impressionnant, extraordinaire, extraordinaire. Ensuite, en 2012, on n'a pas eu d'autres contacts avant. En 2012, Calvin me demande de participer à un enregistrement pour une pièce qu'il a composée pour un autre monsieur qui organisait des grosses activités, M. Ron Bourque. Et puis, j'ai bien sûr que j'ai accepté. On est en 2012. En 2013, Calvin vient faire des spectacles au Québec. Et puis, à Lévis, entre autres, où on est, nous, moi, et mon ami Sabin-Jacques aussi, qui lui aussi avait fait un enregistrement avec Calvin. On joue avec Calvin chacun nos pièces, et puis ça avait été exceptionnel. Le lendemain, Germain Leduc, qui accompagnait Calvin, me dit Calvin a eu une idée pour composer une pièce pour toi. Wow, wow, wow. Je tombais là, du ciel, hein, je tombais du ciel. Merci beaucoup pour cette magnifique pièce qui s'appelle Gaston, Nolet, bien sûr. Et puis, on a eu la chance de le jouer, cette pièce-là, en 2019. Calvin est venu faire un spectacle à Trois-Rivières pour les Compagnons du folklore et puis pour la QLF aussi. Donc, ensuite, il y a eu la pandémie en 2022, je m'excuse. Calvin revient et on rejoue encore. C'est extraordinaire. Et puis là, me voici maintenant pour le Fiddle Jubilee. Je suis très, 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 très heureux. Merci encore et puis je vous souhaite une bonne écoute et puis mon Dieu, vive la musique, vive Calvin Vollrath.
Time to bring Gaston back for another tune. This is a tune that I composed for him. I was playing in Lévis, Quebec. I can't remember what year it was, but maybe 2012 or 2013 or something, and Gaston was in the crowd. And I asked him to come up and play a tune or two with me. And it was so much fun. He inspired me. I remember leaving the hall that night, and my good wife and I, we were staying in the hotel, and I started getting the melody running through my head, thinking of the fire that he plays with. And then driving down the highway the next day, we were going to another show, and I hummed this tune all the way down there. Well, I had the tune written by the end of the day. And it had Gaston Nolet written all over it because that's who I was thinking about when I wrote it. And he actually played on the recording of this as well. And this is called the Gaston Nolet Reel. Put your hands together for Gaston. Gaston Nolet. Woo! Gaston. Love that. Love your playing so much. Thank you so very much. Hope you folks enjoyed that as much as I did. Well, it's time to try to convince you to purchase a ticket for this show that you're watching today. If you're enjoying it, I would be greatly appreciated if you could send us a little bit of a donation. And all the information's on the screen in front of you, how to do that. Not looking for much. And you know what? I love doing this. It started out, during the pandemic as hopefully another way for me to get to make a living, because we weren't getting out to play, and playing is in my blood and entertaining the people. And so this was all about hopefully not to get rich, but hopefully to help us buy some groceries and some gas. And here, like, this is episode number 9. And for all of you that have sent the donations that you have sent us, so greatly appreciated. We don't get that many donations. And so if you can, it would be greatly appreciated. We're going to do this this month, January, and in February will be the last show of the season, as we started in March last year, 10 episodes, and going to reevaluate after that. Anyways, thank you so kindly. If you can find it in your heart to come up with any kind of donation at all, $5 would be just fine. If everybody did $5, old Cal would be a happy guy. Thank you so very kindly. We got time to do one more tune in today's show. I hope you've enjoyed it. A big hand for Gaston and Michael. I'm the baby of 7. Hey, there was me. And then it was my brother Terry, my brother Randy, my brother Daryl, my brother Gary, my brother Brian, and my sister Sharon. There's 7 of us. And back in 2008, it was a sad day when my brother Terry, the one closest to me in age, passed away. But long before he passed away, I wrote him a tune. And when Terry was much younger, he was a big boy. And he got the nickname Skin Boy. Everybody called him Skin Boy, and he was okay with that, right? Sometimes we just call him, "Hey, Skin, what are you doing?" And Terry didn't play any instruments. Well, I shouldn't say that. We had fiddles and banjos and guitars in the house, and everybody played a little something. But we also had a little set of bongos that you'd put between your knees, and Terry would pound on the bongos while the rest of us played some instruments, and loved music. And I knew that title, Skin Boy, would make a good tune one day, so I believe it was 1998 or 1999, I wrote him a tune and called it the Skin Boy Rag. So here we go. See you next month, everybody.
By golly, folks, well, that was a great show, Calvin. Reminded me of the good old days right there. Hey, friends and neighbors, do us a favor and click on that subscribe button on Calvin's YouTube channel, and then you'll get notified when the next episode gets released. Because I know you ain't going to want to miss any. And don't forget to tell all your friends about the show. Well, that's it for now, folks. Until next month, take care, stay safe, and have a good day. See you at the next Calvin Vollrath Fiddle Jubilee. Yeah.